Hi guys, I'm Vikas from Rye Market. Today I'm going to tell you how to apply transfer paper. Now, today's video's focus is actually on the dark transfer paper. So it's a magic transfer paper for dark fabric. If you happen to have a light one, or you want to apply your designs to a light color fabric, for example white or grey or something like that, then you should watch another video which should be on the same page. If you do not have a light transfer paper and you want to buy one, now this is how it will look like, the magic transfer paper for light fabric from Rye Market. You can find it on ryemarket.shop or on Amazon. So order the blue one. Now, before we start, let's have a look at what did you get in the product that you've ordered. So first thing is, you'd have the front page. This is how the product will look like, the purple color one for dark. It will have the number of sheets, so 10, 20, 30, whatever you've purchased. Now let's see what's in there. First of all, it will come with all detailed step-by-step instructions. However, just to add a little bit more visual and make it easier for you guys, we're going to record this video as well. You should also get a sublimation paper. Just make sure you keep hold of this because we're going to use it again and again. And how we will use it, I'll show you in the process. So the first step is to decide what you want to print. Now it could be anything, it could be an image, it could be text, it could be anything. For the illustration purposes, I already have an image here. So we're just going to print this image. Before we print anything, just make sure that you place the paper in such a way that the print comes out on the glossy side of the paper, not on the one with the logo here. So let's just put it in the right way. When you're printing for the dark fabric application magic paper, you don't need any mirroring. You will print as if you're printing a normal page. Okay, as you can see, we've got a very nice clean print on it. Just wait for a few seconds before this dries up. So looks nice now. Okay, now the next thing is, the image will be printed onto the fabric face up. So you don't need any mirroring, as I mentioned earlier, but you do need to make sure that you cut as close as possible to the edges, because any white spaces will be printed onto the fabric as well. So let's just cut it now. Okay, so you can see that the image has been cut and we don't have a lot of white space left around it. Okay, So once we've got the nice image all cut and ready to go, next step is to get an iron. Now make sure that the steam is actually switched off and then the temperature is set to maximum or cotton. Okay, so leave it for a couple of minutes to just warm it up. In the meantime, we need the fabric to apply this on. Okay, one thing that we mentioned is not to use an iron board because we don't want this the surface to be soft underneath that. It needs to be hard. It could be either a table or floor, anything. Make sure you're not doing it on a carpet because you don't want your carpet to be burned. To protect the surface underneath that, it's always a good idea to put a fabric here. Now, that could be anything. If this is not, where we're going to print it, just this could be any color, anything, just to ensure that the surface underneath that don't get direct heat. So once we've got that, just also make sure you just press that so that there are no wrinkles or any crease on it or anything like that. So it's all pretty flat. Okay, so that's fine. So that's done. Okay. Let's put the shirt where we're going to apply it. So, got that here, nice. Again, just press that, especially the area where I'm going to apply it. I need to make sure that that's flat, there's no wrinkles in it. So, once that is done, now, next step is, as we mentioned, the print goes face up, but before you put that in there, you need to peel this off. So let's just do this. It's nice and easy to peel off. So when you peel it off, okay, just that, you get a nice film. So let's just place it wherever we want it to be, which is here. I definitely want it here. Okay, now the next thing is, within the pack also came the sublimation paper. As I mentioned, this is a paper which will be reusable, you can use it again and again, so keep hold of that. All we need this is to ensure that if you do not apply the iron directly to the print. You need to put the sublimation paper on it. So let's just do this. So that's fine. Okay, just make that straight. It is there. Nice. Make sure you apply firm pressure and heat to each area. Roughly apply it for about 2 minutes. You can apply for more or less depending on obviously how big the image is. If it's an A4 size, then we recommend at least 2 minutes on it. Apply in circles, make sure every part of the image gets an equal amount of heat, or at least reasonable amount of heat. In case the image is not fully fixed on it, you can always put the sublimation paper back on it and then just do exactly the same thing. In case we find out that it's not fully fixed or anything. Okay, so just leave it for about 1 minute. I mean, it could be 30 seconds as well, but 1 minute is probably a good time to leave it to cool it off. Okay. There you go. The image is ready It's all fixed. Just double checking the edges. Beautiful. There you go. Your t-shirt is ready. Just one last thing. Make sure you don't wash it within 24 hours. And then when you're washing it, just try to turn the t-shirt inside out. And then just wash it.